Hi, hello to you and yours this beautiful afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Wherever you're watching this video from, yeah, you know why we always do this so that you can catch up with us wherever you're watching this video from. My name is Maki, Makky, like Keke. So, welcome to another episode on Smiling Through Widowhood. Today's episode is actually going to be anchored on widowhood and faith, and this is our second edition. So you're going to love every beautiful thing about this. So if you are yet to come close, I mean, if you're yet to tune in, then this is the right time for you to do that. So come a little bit closer because we're about to start. My guests are already in the building, looking very beautiful. So let me start from my left hand side. Good afternoon. Oh, okay, no. My right hand side now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would have introduced you, maybe telling your names, and but since you're here, so do us the honor. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Mrs. Chi Uzo.
And I must say, you look amazing.
Thank you.
How has it been? You were here the last time, and you're here again to give it to us very fast.
To the glory of God.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, Chi. Thank you for coming. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You know, when we're debating, you said to my right and now to my left. To my left. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Maki.
How are you doing?
I'm very
today?
good, thank you.
You look good.
Thank you.
All right. So please tell us your name.
My name is Mrs. Uju Akunne, Madam CEO.
Madam CEO. I like that. I like that name. Okay, so we are going straight to the point because we don't have all the time. We want to apologize because we didn't start exactly 3. So I want to apologize for coming up now. But you know what? We do all these things to serve you better. So let's dive into what we have. Today we're talking about widowhood and faith. So I have some fun facts when it comes to faith. I have here Hebrews chapter 11, 1 to 19. Yes, I have that. Faith confidently hopes in the future. That's one thing about faith. Faith is essential to pleasing God. Faith is the gateway to righteousness. And also faith is internally minded. Faith trusts God's promises. Faith is future focused. So yes, welcome to faith. And of course, widowhood and faith. So let's talk about widowhood and faith. So let me come to you, Madam Chi. Widowhood and faith.
Faith.
Tell me, is there anything that's linking these two together? You know, let's hear it.
Thank you for that question, but I want you to know that everybody knows that once you're talking about widowhood, you are talking about a lady or a female who had nothing. With man, it may and it must be impossible. But with Jehovah Jireh, the Obada himself, Maria Kazenderebo, the God that doeth what no man can do.
Yeah.
When you put your trust there, go and relax. He knows the best to give and at the best time.
He knows the best to give and at the best time. Okay, so let me come to you, Madam CEO. So we get to know what's your own take when it comes to widowhood and faith. Widowhood and faith. Someone just lost someone, and this person is not finding it funny. And you are now preaching to the person to have faith. So the person will tell you, where was faith when I lost my husband? So in this situation, what would be your own advice to the person?
See, faith, we know, is a complete trust in something or someone. But here we are talking about faith in God.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do widowhood. In fact, it's impossible to do life without God, being widowed or not. But here we are narrowing it down to widowhood.
Exactly.
So you cannot separate widowhood from faith in the God, in the Lord, because when everything fails, He does not fail.
Yeah.
When man fails, he does not fail.
Yeah.
First, you have to realize that, in fact, give all control to God. and allow him to model your step, to guide your step in widowhood. When you surrender to him, know that you don't have your power.
Yes.
It's through power of God that you do things. Like my sister said, without God you can do nothing.
Exactly.
And without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Yes.
So once you want to please God and conquer in this life, you must have faith. And faith, you must have faith in something. And I advise to have faith in God, because
Yes.
the other side is very expensive to keep up with.
Exactly.
If you want to have faith in whatever thing you believe, you can't keep up with it. But having faith in God costs you nothing. It can only cost you your meditation, your relationship, your deeper relationship with God. You understand? So when you know that you have no other shortcuts, here am I, just do with me whatever you will. You see God attending to your problem. You see God, your dream, your aspiration, your desires. Just like David in the Bible, he does not go any step without inquiring from the Lord. No matter how minute that thing is. And he made exploits in the Bible. You see David, you want to go for war. He will go and ask God, where will I start from? Where will I? God will tell you, okay, start with this. You want to conquer this city. Start here. You will still come back. Which clan? You tell. You come back. Should I go left or right? So when you are in that relationship with God, you know that you have trust God completely, and you can never fail, because just like you can trust a friend. Here we have friends that we trust, that are even our partner, praying partner, or friends that we know, business partners. As if you have anything, you go to that person will give you an advice that you take home. Exactly. That one, use data, use airtime. But with God, you don't need nothing to communicate with God. It's free of charge. And from the comfort of your home, from your bed, while you're driving, anywhere you can talk to God. So it's the easiest thing to do.
Okay, thank you so much for that. You know, we always tell you that you mustn't be a widow before you get to know all these things.
Yes.
I must say that this podcast, this very podcast, is doing a lot of good to people.
Yes.
You mustn't wait till you are into it. You mustn't wait till a lot of people will say, God forbid I will not. Yes, I know. Nobody is even praying for anybody to die, but you need to get prepared ahead of time.
Exactly.
So you're looking at us and you're like, no, this is not for me. Definitely not for me. Let me just leave it for the people. No, it's not for anybody.
Yeah.
It's not for anybody, so it's for you. So we're not encouraging you to drop your comments. Of course, like and share. We are live right now, so you can drop your comment, or you call us on the number that will be displayed on the screen right now. So let's dive into, when she was saying something, she said a lot of things about faith, faith without God. Do you understand? You can't do anything without faith.
Yeah.
There's another thing I want to, I've seen people say things like, but I served God. I shared a story the last time you people were here of a young woman, a young child. I think I call her a young child because she's still in her 20s. I think she'll be middle 20. She got married. After 2 months, the husband died. And now let's just say she's 27 or 26. The husband 32. So when I went to her house to see how we were talking, she said, Maki, are you encouraging me now to still trust God? I was like, but you just have to trust God.
Yeah.
He said, you know why? I said, no. He said, I prayed. I fasted. I was doing everything in church. Why didn't God show me that my husband would die? Why didn't God show me that? Since God didn't want to show me, why didn't God show my pastors, the ones I was doing everything for? I said, point of correction, you weren't doing anything for them. You were
pastors.
doing it
For God.
So I said, so she was asking a lot of questions. So Mama Chi, in this kind of situation, because at some point I was like, I've been a true. I can't even tell you. I don't know what to say again. I don't want to be the one to go and say something and then she'll be like, but. So she was complaining and even today, I can categorically tell you that she's yet to find her faith. Because the whole thing is still looking like movie to her. So in this situation, what would be your advice to this young widow that somebody just got married and then lost the husband? And not like she has been living a wayward life according to her. She has been following God. She has been doing all the things that a Christian is supposed to do. She prayed, she fasted, she did all the things. And even at the end of everything, the husband still died. So is it faith that we're supposed to preach now? How do we bring in faith now in widowhood?
Yes, she said she didn't hear. That's her own story. Before my husband died, God told me. It depends on the relationship you have with God. When he does not tell you, he will tell somebody else. Exactly. Maybe the person that's supposed to have listened, the problem we have in faith prayers is we are always quick to tell God what we want and we leave the site without did he say. Because in every prayer, God says something.
Exactly.
So what did he say to you? Did you pick anything? You don't just come with faith before God and you must come with your jotter, your pen or your pencil, your marker where you need to mark. God will not tell you, go to so verse. Let me tell you, Job, God caused his own trouble. But at the time when Job was angry, God said, where were you when I even created this? Where were you? Remember, Jesus also prayed. And he said, if it is possible, let this cup
pass over me.
And the father said, you're your own. I sent you, and you must redeem my people. Maybe God, who has seen the end of the husband, it's better to die holy than to die and go to hell. If God has seen that husband, when he takes him now, except if he's not the one that took him, if he's the one, that's the best. But our problem is because he has told us our children shall surround our table and we are going to see our children's children and we are going to live 100, see our children 100. So everybody, let me tell you, if she was Ruth, what would she have done? Ruth married Naomi. I keep saying, how can it be on this earth that somebody named the children to two? One death, one sickness. And so Ruth married sickness. And at the end, the sickness and death has to happen now. That's in the book of Ruth 1. And when they died, the man died too, but Ruth saw faith in the God of Naomi. Yeah. She decided, this thing I'm seeing is not ordinary. I must follow and see the end of this story. If they have told Ruth that from her lineage, Jesus will come, she wouldn't have believed. She had faith that this woman who has adopted me and she has treated me fine as a mother-in-law, and the God she calls, despite the fact that my husband is dead, the brothers is dead, the husband, father-in-law is dead, I still know the God of this Naomi. I don't know if most women will behave that way.
Exactly. That's the point.
And she said, I must follow. Your God shall be my God. When you serve God truly, she left her comfort zone because she's an idolater. She left that comfort zone. She's from Moab. But she saw the light. It's not in all troubles that God is in every problem. Yeah. It's for you to open your spiritual eyes and see his hand in that problem. Please tell your friend, God wants to use her. Let her ask God, in which area do you want me? We heard about a woman who is married to a pastor of a church, the founder. She was how many years old when they sent message to her that the Lord said you should come down from abroad, come and marry this general overseer. It is not hidden, but we are not meant to call names. And they are not living. So God has his own way. She must have put her trust and faith that one day I will smile. And God will say, okay, your time is right. So let her calm down. If she questions God, that's the worst thing to do in life. No man questions God and go free. No man does. When you were created as a clay, he brought clay, and in his infinite mercy, he breathed on you. And you started breathing. And you have the right. The owner of that breath will take it, and you can do nothing.
Okay. I always like this. I always like this podcast because I learn a lot. I always live with a lot, like baskets of knowledge. I always, yeah. Okay, so let me move to you, Madam CEO. Let's talk about. I narrated a story now of a young woman, and of course she did. Now let's talk about places where the person in question don't even know what faith is. And the person is a widow. It has happened. So you talking about faith, this person does not even believe there's anything like faith. So how do we channel? Because a lot of persons, as I was coming, it was just like, they say the Holy Spirit orders our step.
Yes.
So it was just like my step was being ordered. I was standing somewhere where it was raining, so I was standing somewhere so I can order my ride and start coming. I saw 3 women, they were just having a discussion. And then the other one said that one of them just got married and the husband based abroad. So they just brought the man back in sickness and the man just died.
Hey.
Okay, so the other one said, the girl I know, that day said she fit even carry man. Or maybe the next day. Do you understand? Or maybe the next day, I've just all buried the man, she go just leave. So one of them, there were 3. One now asked, so if you were the other one say, no, use me do the, but if I was in her shoe, I would just stay for some time and then I'll carry my car and go back to my family because there's nothing doing. I can't do anything there again. You don't want me to starve with my children. So in this place now, the woman in question does not even know God. Do you understand? This person does not even understand faith. So in this scenario, how do you advise her to stay in that, to have faith that one day these children will bring food, or these children will grow, or have faith that God is still here and he's watching you. God is now your husband. Somebody that doesn't even believe that this one's not just made in talk, put, and then I'll do my thing. So how do you come into this now?
Okay, somebody that doesn't even have faith or doesn't believe in anything, she must believe in something.
Exactly.
Whatever she believes in, that God can talk to that person through whatever she believes in. Okay, now you said the person has 2 children.
Yeah.
There is no mother that can just, maybe the person that is saying on assumption. It's not as if that is not possible.
Exactly.
There is no mother I know that will just wake up and carry her bags and leave the children because the husband died. You understand?
Exactly.
You don't have to stay in that marriage. Maybe the family is not conducive. You don't have to stay in the marriage to show that you have faith in God. You might, if the family is not conducive for you and you left, that doesn't mean you don't have faith. What we are talking about faith now is your journey after the death of your spouse. You understand? Some people can remarry. Through their faith, God will send them somebody that will support both the family, both the children. But in this case, they have assumed what that lady is going to do, even without. You might not even know the girl. Some people that are somewhere assessing somebody and even like telling their story might be worse than the person.
Exactly.
There are things that will happen to you. You'll be so sober. That maybe you know that person as the worst person on earth, but that condition can even bring the person closer to God.
Exactly.
God works in mysterious ways. That is it depends on the people around her. You understand? Or even God can talk to her personally. So it's not about this one she will not stay. This one is not. If God is after that soul, God has himself will send somebody to her to speak to her. But what I'm saying, in this kind of place, nobody even have the right or the power to go and, if you know the girl, what you do is to pray for her.
Exactly.
And cancel her the much you can. And it's not even about who the husband just died. There are people that have stayed 20 years a widow, see they don't have faith. You understand?
Exactly.
I wouldn't have shared this, but let me just share it. Maybe it's part of it's because of this program it came up like this morning. There's this lady I met some months back, just casual meeting. True, there was a committee my sister and my friend was running, and she wanted me to be there. So I was an admin. She used to send numbers for me to add to the platform. So that was how I got that woman's contact. Even I didn't even know her first name. What I saved her name with that program we are in.
Yeah.
You understand? So we had a physical meeting just once, and we greeted.
Yeah.
Sometime 2 months ago, I had something. She's into properties, so our this thing crossed, our path crossed, and then she was like trying to convince me, please, she wants this thing to work. Not quite able to that she's a widow. It's her for how long? I think she said a year or 2 years. And I told her, welcome to the club, that I'm 12 years in the system. But she was telling me like, this is somebody that she can run to.
Exactly.
So, and I told her that I'm 12 years in this journey.
This journey.
So, since then, if I have somebody, I can refer to her. And she's also into food stuff and all that. I refer people to her and all that. But this morning, in fact, like I said, I didn't know her first name until that last 2 months. And I told her, look at what I saved your number with. She started laughing. And I said, okay, now I'll give your contact a name. And I've not even done that, but I now know who is calling me.
Exactly.
So she called. I woke up this morning. In fact, this morning has been this morning is just somehow for me. It's not 100% steez, but we move regardless.
We move regardless. There must be steez in between somehow, you know.
So when I woke up, I saw a message from her. She said, "Sister, I'm so depressed. Can I talk to you? Can I call you?" I saw that message. I wanted to run away from it because I needed someone to talk to this
at some point.
And I said, it's not as if I'm even close to this lady.
Yeah.
I don't even, if it's somebody you know, is your friend, you know where to start talking to her from. So at a point, I now said, stay on your own now and speak to this one. You don't know why God is directing her to you. So I summoned the courage and I called her. I tried to remove her mind from whatever first, and we chatted, and I now said, but the way she was sounding, she wasn't even ready to like move ahead from that problem. She now started telling me about bank issues and all that. That's the major one. And I said, okay, apart from that finance, which one is another one now? She now saying about her son that is in medical school that they brought back almost mad. Hey. Then she tried to change school for him, change to one other school to be, but now that she destroys everything in the house, the boy destroys everything in the house, that he doesn't have any valuable, that she's so overwhelmed with everything. Hey, but what caught my attention that he said that somebody said that he wants to take her to a place that they will help the boy, that they are demanding for 400,000. That was when I knew why she contacted me.
Exactly.
And I asked her, please, where is the place you're taking? Is it a prayer house? He said, yes, it's a prayer house. He said, if you walk into a place that is the presence of God, will you know? Say yes. He said, did you see presence of God, that place you're going? I said, yes. So he said, what church do you attend? He said, okay. He said, but do you know you're a priest over your house?
Exactly.
Please. Even if I have 400,000 now, I will not give you to go. And I will not advise you to go. He said, this one is more major than that finance that you're talking about.
Exactly.
Please, if you put your leg there, you first compound your problem. The Okay, if a man of God is about to pray for you, he first asks you to bring 400,000, looking at your condition.
Looking at your condition.
And I told her, please, as we speak, just go down and start worshiping God.
Exactly.
If you have run out of words to pray, worship God in tears that He hears, He sees, He knows. You understand? So by the time we started speaking and all that, I told her, please don't even try and go to any place. That you need a circle where you hold hands, like your sisters of like mind. Instead, I'm not a pastor. I'm not anything. I don't even know how to play abracadabra. But then, I know I love God.
Yeah.
It's your heart that God sees.
Yes.
Please, what I want you to do now is just go on your knees and worship God. And see those, if you can go to your church, any altar you trust, go there. But don't go anywhere.
Exactly.
So, when we talk about faith, people will be talking about faith. You'll be seeing faith when you're banking in somebody's faith that you feel represents God for you.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Not knowing that faith is just between you and God, one-on-one. One-on-one. You understand?
Yeah.
So by the time we finished speaking, she said, Sister, thank you. That she has been having this leading to call me, because I don't know why she would call me. We are not friends. We are not. You understand? That she has been having this leading to call me, but she felt like maybe she saw me. This no but this morning by 3 a.m. that the leading was so much on her to call me. That was why she didn't even have the courage to like call. She now sent that message. I told her, when I saw the message, I wanted to dodge. Because me, I'm dealing with stuff too. Yes. So, but by the time we ended, she was like, I'm relieved. Let me get ready and go to the shop. And I was even thinking, Mami Gio, that we'll talk about that much later. So you understand. But I've been chatting with her before I came here. She's relieved. She's stable. You understand? Because first of all, knowing that God is for you and not against you. You understand? Because this thing they're telling you, okay, she said they told her that the son has a calling. That is because he's running away from her calling, that thing is happening. Somebody that has a calling need 400,000 to call the calling.
To now call the person back as by God.
So it's not about the God the person knows. It's about the God and the faith they are being directed to.
Yeah.
Because some people, maybe the person that is taking her to that place is not a bad person.
Yeah.
But that's the much she knows. You understand? But so we have to be careful.
Yes.
Which faith you are connecting to. Which God you're seeing. It's not every church that there is presence of God in. You can have presence of God right here, right now. We can join hands as Christians and things will be happening. Why we have a crusade, not in the Obo Magic kind of mega place. So what I'm saying is that the young lady, the same thing I told this lady now is what I will tell to the young lady. Exactly. You understand? The same thing I will tell somebody that has done 50 years in widowhood. The same thing I will tell somebody that have done 3 days in widowhood. There is no format. There is no say, okay, this is one is for somebody that the husband just died. Just know that this person should understand that she is an authority. And she can even assess God on her own.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that question. Before we go to the next question, just like we said, we are live and you can call us on the number that is on our that is going to be displayed on the screen or is here already. So you just call us and let us know what you feel. But I have a question, a particular question. Okay, in cases of people wanting to remarry, someone just lost a husband and maybe you have seen that I can't stay. My faith can't carry me through. Do you understand? Would you say okay, for me, would you say the person doesn't have faith enough?
No.
You know, faith enough in the sense that you don't trust what God can do.
I already said that staying back doesn't mean you have faith.
Okay.
You might be staying back and sin.
Yes.
But somebody can say, okay, I don't like this environment, I'm moving, because he wants to know God for herself and he's believing God that he can do you can lift me and my children,
Exactly.
but not in this environment. So that you stay back doesn't make you a faithful
saint.
person, a saint. You understand? That's why I say when those friends that were saying this one will just pack and go, that doesn't mean that.
Can you even bad?
Yeah, that was what I'm saying. That it's not about staying back or leaving. But if you're leaving, live in faith.
Yeah.
If you're staying, stay in faith with God. You understand? It's very genuine. It's very okay to remarry. It's even better to marry because most people
might not be able to stay.
Not because
Then
it's not.
you
It's not.
keep
It's
jumping
not.
from
It's
one
not.
place
It's
to
not
the
all
other.
about sex. So
Yeah.
most focused widows don't remember sex anymore. It's not all about sex, but it's about companionship.
Yeah.
It's about sharing. You understand?
Yes,
They want
exactly.
somebody they can talk
To. Like
Exactly.
you can even have somebody that is not close to you. He's not here. You are not doing any physical thing, but that person is your friend. But you talk
to.
is enough for you.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not about because she can't stay, she can stay. There are married people that cannot even stay in one place still. So let it not be narrowed down to widows. The faith is not because you stayed back and you can cover your sins. And they say this man, hey, she stayed though, and she's a saint. Why the person that left and remarried, you go and brand the person that she couldn't stay? No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much. We are seeing Mama Anyi. Mama is online. Mama, thank you so much for joining us. I'm talking about it at Chigozie Christiana Udemezwe. Thank you very much. She said, that's right, one-on-one. Mama, we cite you and we celebrate you personally. Your shoe show. Abi, your shoe shine and your teeth white on the normal days. Teeth and composure. Nothing else. Okay, so I want to deviate a little because while Madam CEO was saying something, she said, I've always wanted to get it. So it doesn't look like because your husband died and then the person now say, okay, I want to remarry. People will now start seeing the person, you know, stuff like that. So some people will just want to, is it not better I just stay here? Let me stay here and what people will say. I think what we're trying to say is that sometimes it should be about what we say
To yourself.
What you say to yourself, what you believe in. I'm going to come to Healing Heart. Okay, I'm going to come to Healing Heart as a body because I have listened to them, I've followed them over time. They're doing a great job, and this is why we are even seated. So before we come to Healing Heart, I want to digress a little, and that's to the extent of women who are not married. Sorry, who are not widowed. Okay, their husband is still alive, but I want to share a story. I think before someone said something, she was caught cheating on the husband. According to her, she begged the husband to stay. The husband said no, that he's done, the marriage is over, that she just go quietly. And I think men are not very cool when it comes to talking, trying to talk, just go quietly. The lady said she wrote it down. He said she pleaded with the man did not agree. So that now she has been receiving condolences. What it simply means is that she killed the man.
Oh.
Is the man late now?
The man
Yes.
Okay, because she did not leave the marriage.
I don't want to, like her now, she doesn't want to be the one that will carry the shame. So instead of the man do you understand what I'm saying? Instead of the man to bring shame to me, she was caught cheating and the man said the marriage
It's
It's over. But
and
she
then
refused to leave.
She said she won't leave.
Okay.
And she has been begging the man said no, just leave. He said instead of the man to come out and tell the world that she cheated, then it's better for the man to go and rest in peace.
So did the man rest in peace?
Yeah, the man is resting in peace. So what she's saying is since that time, people have been sending her condolences. That means that the man died and she killed the man. So this is somebody saying something like, oh, this anonymous, this is how I killed my husband.
Yeah.
Because of this thing. You know, because we're talking about faith in widowhood and we're talking about widow, a lot of people, now this brings me, I just shared this story so we see what's going on. Because it's also happening among the people that are not even married, that are not even widowed. Do you understand? Where somebody will not even have faith in the husband, you talk to your husband anyhow, and you do some silly silly things. So in this kind of a thing, coming to Healing Heart, does it also carry people who are not widowed along? Because I've seen a lot of women who will tell you, I'm as good as my husband is dead. If they are sharing anything, tell me where they are sharing something so I can go there and so that woman that killed the husband,
Did she
about
really kill
faith.
the husband? Because
we need to be very sure that she killed the husband.
She wrote, where they tell people to say
Open
your
up.
story.
okay.
Tell your story. So she's anonymous and narrated how
It happened.
it happened. Instead of her to carry the shame. So it's better that the man.
If she killed the man truly, then she must be a dangerous person. Because if you have the faith that you will reconcile with your husband, for all has erred and come short of God's glory, there is always repentance and there is always reconciliation. And once you are being restored, you move on with your life. Maybe she didn't want to wait. This period called waiting is important.
Yeah.
We need to learn to wait. No matter the circumstances, no matter the words spoken to you, no matter what your eyes have seen, there are some men that maybe they are with a lady on the bed and the wife comes in, meet them there, she goes in, take what she wants, leave. The man will be calling even the pastor. Did she come to you? Pastor said, I don't know what you are saying. The man will call the parents of the lady. Did your daughter tell you anything? I said, we don't know what you are saying. For the man, he is trying to be certified that the wife didn't say anything to the world. So if this lady comes to the social media to say, anonymous, I killed my husband, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It's not easy to say, I killed. It's not easy.
Okay, this I killed. Did she poison the man?
That is it.
Yes,
Or-
it's poison.
Okay,
it's
she poisoned.
Poison.
Okay.
She didn't stab or do anything.
Okay, because I wanted
Just
to
serve food
their
and-
custom and their customs and tradition that maybe if the woman stayed back, the husband will not eat her food.
Yes.
It might be- some people that
There are customs
doing,
like that.
tradition.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
So I wanted to understand if her staying back killed the man
Or the
she
food.
killed the man.
According to her, she said, now I'm receiving condolences. That means I put substance in his food. I can't bear the shame of him telling the world that I cheated.
She's a witch.
She said, there is no two ways
So
about it.
She said it's as simple as
Yeah,
ABC.
she's a witch.
She's a-
That's my
That why you
conclusion.
can't even classify her as a widow. With
Ah,
faith. She
no,
doesn't-
she's not a widow. We are
Abeg.
not like that too.
She,
They don't kill husbands.
because
eh?
she,
Because I didn't kill mine.
Yeah, exactly. You know why I brought it? Because this is we are live and a lot of persons are watching, and a lot of people feels this marriage thing or this once this that was I asked that question. What about somebody who is not a believer? Because when somebody is not a believer and doesn't believe in this faith we're talking about, this person can go extra mile.
yeah.
Please, Marky, wait. Do you know that even the traditionalists, they have their own laws?
Yes.
Exactly.
So let's not start saying believer or not believer.
Because we said
What-
faith is
what
your
is the
trust
law
in
of
something,
karma
whatever
saying?
Yeah.
Before Christianity came, there was sanity. You don't do anything anyhow. You don't talk anyhow. You don't look at a naked woman anyhow. There's laws. In fact, there are taboos.
Sure.
There are things you don't do. Christianity came to make things lighter. Christianity is not for you to commit adultery, fornication, and the paint it that is you are showing off. It's not what Christianity is all about. So people should stop painting Christianity black.
Because people like this in widowhood or people like those ones that now you hear people say, I know a young woman that somebody said something very close to me. The lady lost the husband. She's still very young. Do you understand? And wants to remarry. Someone said, after killing your husband. And I asked the person, were you there when she killed her husband? So stuff like this, I think
That
need
is a
to
different
really
kind
do
of
something.
story because people can say whatever they say. The
There must be
society is
stories
quite
now.
harsh on women.
Yes.
Because when a man loses the wife, I've seen a man that the wife died under 6 months. He has remarried.
Yes.
They will say, "Oh, God, we need." So why ain't we right? You need
disease.
You understand? Open and why I'm ending for that long. Let her remarry and live her life, and live a decent life. You understand? But it's always always good to respect the memory of somebody you have lived, and maybe have children with. You understand? It's always good to take time, because sometimes if you rush into marriage, you're not even in the right frame of mind to rush into another marriage.
The right one to
the person will keep making mistakes.
Exactly.
So you understand. But if you can carry it and you want to move on, why not? You stop people that are agents in this life, and this social media, and start saying things like that.
You even see people under the comment section saying it serves him right.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
she said after forgiving him for countless times that the man cheated also. So after forgiving the man, some people were not like, it serves him right.
Are we there?
You understand? So it serves him right.
Let's just leave the person. Leave that story, because you cannot even say what you don't know.
Exactly.
1. 2, that person is not like
this faith
my
is
sister
not for
said,
this person.
No, this topic is not for the person. We are talking.
Always be.
Yes.
What I go? Yes.
Exactly.
That should be. No matter what you see in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night, know that as far as you honor God,
yes,
you must. Exactly.
You shall be celebrated.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you so much. I must say we are dealing. The reason I am bringing all these things, all these stories and all, is because when some people, this their head, no matter what you say, after saying your own, they will just tell you, nah, it's all better said than done. So we're just trying to bring scenarios and all that. So let's talk about healing heart now.
Okay.
Let's narrow it down to healing heart.
Okay.
Because we're talking about widowhood and widowhood in faith. So now let's talk about healing heart. So what is their duty? I know a lot of us, we don't have the same audience every day. So we have different audience every day. So in this very topic now, how do they come in, or how would they come in?
Healing heart is always there to make sure that no widow is unkept. That is, no matter what she is passing through, there is an ear to listen. That is what, so that it will not be that onye diangwe tufuoya. No. Healing hearts, cordons, embraces widows, and make sure that they pass through that grief section in peace without hurting themselves. You can't tell somebody not to cry.
Exactly.
There must be a cry in there. But the fact remains, it won't be so bad that you will be saying things that you are not meant to say, because every word that comes out from your mouth, it's a seed. When you start shouting chibi because
you have already started saying it. Okay.
So healing hearts will not allow you to say such. Healing hearts will try as much as possible to carry almost the burden of, if you know much about healing hearts, the burden they are carrying is much. To make sure that they put smiles on these widows. They give us things, they call us to check us health-wise, to make sure you are sound. Oh my God. In fact, their treatment towards the widows, their acceptance, the way they accept the widows is top-notch. Once you are there, you are relaxed. If you see any widow with wrinkles and healing hearts handles the person, the face will be smooth instantly.
Oh God, no.
Because they come in so many cases, like some have lawsuits.
Yeah.
Okay. Some have, because there is not only when your husband died, there are people that their husband will die, and family,
the
in-laws will not allow you to one marry to
Exactly.
And at that point, you might not even have money to get a lawyer, or you might just leave your property because you don't have the strength to fight. That's where Healing Hearts comes in. Healing Hearts will help you recover your property. They will help you with lawyers. And even the Healing Heart trains, gives scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay.
They give widows children scholarship. Exactly. If they tell you how many children that Healing Hearts are training in school, I've had graduates, I've had people that have gone abroad to do their masters. I've had people. So Healing Hearts is where hope lies.
Yes.
When you're hopeless and you find your way to Healing Hearts Widowhood Foundation, be sure that you go home smiling. At least half of your needs will be met, and they will step into your problem and also lead you to Christ. That's what Healing Heart does.
Yeah.
Oh wow, thank you so much. That was very simple and yet impactful. Very beautiful. I wanted to ask a question, but yeah, you should just answer the question. Since we're dealing on faith, I wanted to ask a question, like, in a situation whereby maybe someone loses husband and family people, just like you said, they're working 1 minute to week, then I'll start coming after you, and then somebody is preaching faith, that you need to have faith. At that point, of faith, you need court.
You need the
both. You need the both.
Because
the heart of the church is in God's hands.
It's like you have faith.
No. See,
you can't even fight for yourself.
Hey,
you can't fight without God. Where will you start from?
They even, see, let them not try us. Because we are praying machines.
So we are in Healing Heart, or rather, yes, in Healing Heart, I would say that the widows are well equipped.
Yes.
Faith-wise, and spiritually, physically, and otherwise.
Financially.
So if you want it, you go to lawyer.
We'll give it to you raw and still play slay and pray.
Hey,
they also give you a soft landing.
And you pray. I've gotten another. The last one was peace and composure. So this one is slaying and praying.
You understand? So it might put an Emmanuel because you are trusting in God. If I put up yourself, they know, because you know what is behind you.
Exactly.
If you have God, you are motivated. You are strong. You put an accord to oneself, and I check a figure.
You did both.
Those shiny road up.
I don't see the short no one.
So if you see those people, if they're conspiring, if they were like 5 or 10 in a group, but when they see your steeds, man,
they will know that
they will know that.
You understand? So you can't go and fight without fighting with God.
Exactly.
Fight inside first to be strong.
Spiritual
outside.
First. It controls the physical.
Yes.
You slay and then you pray.
You
or you pray. And you play too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, that's very, very interesting. I must say that's very, very interesting. Okay, so before we round it, because yes, we're coming to an end, we promise we're going to do 1 hour. So this one is for the time I waste. We're trying to make over. It's supposed to be 3, 4. I allow for you so that you people can still maintain steeze and composure. You know what I mean? Okay, so the last question I want to have now is your advice, your words to the widow community. Yes, your encouragement to the widowed community. Okay, I know you people have been there. In fact, I know you people are there. Okay, but there are people who are just stepping in.
Yeah.
There are people who are yet to find their faith. There are people who are still asking themselves questions like, this man travel. So in this situation, there are people who their kids are very small. Just like the story that Madam CEO shared about the woman, she's dealing with the husband that died, and then they brought the son that is not mentally stable. Do you understand? And now she's dealing with a lot of things. She's dealing with the husband. Sometimes you're gonna say, "Open my husband."
Yeah,
we
all do.
Do you understand? Open my husband, Nokita. So, what would be your advice, your encouragement? Not even advice now. What would be your encouragement to these people in the widowed community who are coming in? Even the ones that have stayed 20 years.
Yeah.
They up till now, they cannot still find their feet and all that. What would be your advice to them? We'll talk about the men, we'll talk about the women, because we're dealing with widowhood.
Yes. It has to do with man,
Man
woman,
and
yes.
woman. So they don't feel left out.
Let me start with the men.
Okay.
You know, it's always very easy for a man to move on when the wife is by the side. And once the wife dies, you will see the man looking like something else.
Exactly.
They have little faith. That's what I can say about men. Because everything lies on the woman. The woman goes to markets, cook the food, feed the children, take care of the husband. And when the woman is no more, he feels as if the world has shattered.
Exactly.
And so I will encourage them to know that there is still hope in their future. And there is future in their hope. That no matter what has happened, that the best is already there. Let them see it as if it's a hurdle they must jump.
Okay.
Because if they don't treat and hold themselves, they will not be able to take care of those kids.
Exactly.
And if the kids should start having advice, getting advice from the outsiders, it will be disastrous. So let them have that faith that God will help them. For the number of months or years they want to stay, if they want to remarry, especially those ones that don't stay home, they're always traveling.
Exactly.
So that the children will be secured.
Okay.
They can go and get a good wife too. But first, need to pray and ask God to give them the best. Because I've seen a man that lost the wife, and the man keeps saying, okay, from Kano. Because the lady was, maltreating the first wife's children. And she said she doesn't want any stress. That these ones are grown, they should take care of. Why these ones, the little ones, they are looking up to the mom. They call her mom, say, mba, mba, mba. So she wants only to mom her own children. And it's unfair.
It's very, very unfair.
And that's why the man should always be around, take them out. Have a spiritual person you always pray with.
Exactly.
And you will see, you will stand well. There are some men that will tell you, once my wife is late, I'm not remarrying. I must stand and take care of these children.
Exactly.
I told them, you saw I'm not praying that you will die, but just know I'm not going to marry so better leave. Especially when they are sick in the hospital. Exactly. You will hear the men say like that. And you will see the woman will tell God, please heal me.
Heal me.
I don't want my children. And for the ladies, when they lose their husbands, it's not always easy.
Yeah.
And that person you are waiting for his call. He has not returned home. You want him to tell you that you are looking pretty. You are well dressed. And all of a sudden, he is no more there. That woman sees herself as if she's not well treated from anybody. Exactly. So the only way is for the person to put trust back to God. Put your trust back to God. Tell God to help you in this journey. Widowhood is a journey. You can't do it by yourself. You need the help of God. You need it. Just open up your spirit. Let the grief section, let it fade away. And then begin to see the reality that it has happened, it has happened. Encourage yourself in the Lord and ask yourself, what other steps should I take to move on? Never live a pity party life. Never do that.
Sure.
If you start living a pity party life, you will fall into diverse temptations and you will commit sins. Because everybody will tell, no, are you feeling hot? And before you know it, your head is on the shoulder.
It's on the shoulder.
And before you know it, because you wanted that cuddling.
Exactly.
And every woman needs cuddling, to be frank. But it's to be done in the right way. Let your children tell you the things you love. Why coach you didn't matter why the husband leaves? Let you always have a round table with children. Let them see how he pampers you. Yeah. They will learn. They will learn. Your son will come. Mommy, in care, you do it to her. It's all shawama. I won't go take her because because he knows that when he gives that to the mom,
the mother will be fine.
Every child wants the mother to be fine.
Sure.
That's why children are more attached to the mother than their father.
Than their dad, yes.
Once they hear the horn, some will take the textbook upside down. They will forget the page itself because the dad has come. But if when the mom comes back,
everybody is just do what you're doing.
Why did you leave this? Why must you leave this room here? Why must they will say sorry, but they are more comfortable.
Exactly.
And so imagine when that comfort has been taken away. The man who provides and the mother is now moody. The person that gives them that comfort is no more active. What do you want them to do? It's just a sad situation, but with God, like I said, with God, every widow needs to be pampered. Let people know it. Try to say kind words to every widow. It helps them to move on. Never you be judgmental.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you
very much, Mama. We appreciate you for that. Okay, so, Madam CEO, do you have any? Yeah, of course, you must have something to say. You must have something to say, so let's wrap it up from here.
Yeah.
Okay, wrapping it up, I will say that we should all learn, because we are all together in this journey. We should all learn that we are insufficient.
Yes.
We should take our grief, our pain to God in prayer and see that He's sufficient enough for us. In all we do, God is sufficient. When we put all our trust in God, all our fears, we will see that He's sufficient, is enough for us.
Exactly.
And there is nothing we lack in God.
Exactly.
You can be anything with trust in the Lord.
Yes,
You understand?
yeah.
And you can achieve anything. Even to train your children, God will give you the perfect way to train. God will talk to you, give you words to speak to them, and they will follow your footsteps. Like my last son will always come to me if I'm on phone. If I have my maybe my Bluetooth, you ask, "Are you praying?" Because he doesn't know where I'm praying and when I'm discussing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you see a child in that environment, you're already teaching them.
Exactly.
You understand? So let us just know that God is sufficient. Let us take our pain, our weakness, and just put it inside God's hand. And He will be sufficient for us.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been an amazing time. It's been a very beautiful discussion, and I know a lot of persons learned a lot of things. I saw what Mama wrote somehow when we talked about killing someone, like when people say things like after killing your husband. So she said after killing your husband, that's our daily. That one is daily. So people say that
if easy, go and kill them.
if you think it's easy. All right. So yes. So we're trying to tell you that is a widow, or even the one that is not, to always listen to Healing Heart. I think you need to come close to that I don't know if it's a body or a school, a foundation. Yes, a foundation. You need to come close. And this is where we're going to draw the curtain for today. Don't forget that you are still tuning in to Go Back TV, and we just had a very amazing moment dealing with widowhood and faith, or widowhood in faith. Okay, we're dealing with widowhood in faith.
And faith.
Widowhood and faith. How a widow should also trust and know what to do at the right time. You can always give us your feedback, your thoughts. We are still here for you anytime, any day. My name is Maki, Makky, and I say thank you for coming. And to my beautiful guests in the house, all of us will join hands together and say from here, bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.